Cyndi Lauper is one of my favourite, and that was Girls Just Want to Have Fun. And we are on the Jess Address with Jess, and girls are just having fun. I have Rox and Donna from Home to Home Realty Rockingham join me, and we're going to talk about what's happening in Rockingham in terms of real estate, rentals. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, well, I'm Roxeanne. I'm a property manager at Home to Home Realty. I'm born and bred in Rockingham with no plans to ever leave. I love this place.
Love that.
Yeah.
Donna Gordin. I've the licensee and director of Home to Home Realty. I've been in real estate for 29 years, and Home to Home started in 2005.
Wow, that's a bit of experience. So you've seen a lot of trends happen in terms of real estate, and we have experienced a little bit of a boom at the moment, haven't we? There's been, just in my area alone, you see a property sign goes up within the next week, sold. So there is a lot of demand in Rockingham for houses for sale. Is that correct?
It is correct. Right across the Perth metropolitan area and even into regional areas. I don't like to use the word boom because WA is sort of built on the back of boom bust in the mining industry.
Yeah.
But we've had a period of growth over the last 2 years, which has been solid growth. But we're also coming off the back of a 10-year decline. So
yeah.
We're just back to where we were in 2013-14.
And I was reading on your Facebook page that you had a little bit to say in regards to interest rates.
That's correct. Yeah, look, I think it's natural for people to be concerned, and certainly cost of living is a very real thing occurring in people's households at the moment. But interest rates are only actually 0.6 more than what they were in February of 2020. They're a long way off where most applicants have been qualified for. So affordability is still there. We're still the most affordable city in Australia, and we're going to understandably be nervous about those things, but I think people just need to budget. And I think if you look at the long-term forecasts of banks, particularly for term deposits, their interest rates are up at the moment for 18 months, but if you look at the 2-year and the 3-year trend, their interest rates for savings are down. So there is an indication that banks think that this is a short-term thing,
yes,
not necessarily a long-term thing.
Now, do you think it's a little bit of fear-mongering amongst the media in terms of they're almost making people tighten their belts maybe a little bit before that they should, or...?
And that's exactly what interest rates are designed to do. You know, when you have high inflation, the economy or the Reserve Bank are trying to scare people into not spending money so that they can bring inflation back down and in check. And we have an inflationary problem right around the world at the moment. In fact, Australia is probably one of the lowest rates of inflation, even though it's at 7%. So that is exactly what they're trying to do. But look, it's always about the story, isn't it? Not necessarily the facts.
Absolutely. And stories like that actually affect small business and things like that. And that's exactly what we don't want to do, is we don't want to stop buying our coffee. And I think you see this and you go, do you guys send smoke signals for Home to Home Realty to this little coffee shop, Isaac's?
We've tried to bribe them into delivery across the road, but they're so busy they can't leave the coffee machine.
Look,
But bless them, I don't even have to walk in the door and he's already making my coffee. So.
Oh, look, I did not know these guys existed until yesterday. And I walked in there just because I was going to go to McDonald's, but then saw them and went, no, I'm going to support local. I'll go there. And their coffee was absolutely sensational. Had to get one this morning. I'm now addicted. So, yes. Isaac Coffee Shop, you just got a plug.
And we absolutely love them at Isaac's.
Yeah,
and
great.
It's so important to support local business, guys. And I can't overstate how important that even if you pay a few extra cents to support a local business, it means they're going to be there for the long term.
You've just given me a plug on the Jess Address because that's what we are all about here. Rox, can you tell me a little bit about property management? Is there a process that makes it easier for people to apply? Because I know there's a lot of information in terms of going in for an application.
Yeah, and we certainly recognise how stressful the situation is for people, especially at the moment. Every agency has their own platform. We use tenantoptions.com.au, which we would encourage everybody to jump on, create a renter profile where you can upload all your documents, upload your references, contact your referees and get them to jump on board and submit that reference. That way everything's there ready, so you can apply for multiple properties at a time, and the information's there.
Yeah, it makes it a whole lot easier, doesn't it?
Because then we are not constantly chasing your references as well, because they're there.
Yeah, and they're at top of the list, which is important. How important is it to develop a relationship with your property manager? And you hit the nail on the head. It is a high stress situation, given that some people are virtually going from the end of their tenancy trying to find another tenancy. And when you're dealing with children, you want to make sure that you've got a home for them, and it's stressful. Do you feel that pressure yourself?
We certainly cop the end of it sometimes, in that people are stressed, and we're the helpline for people to release that.
Yeah.
But we're there to help.
Yeah, you're actually working for them, aren't you?
We're working for the tenant as well as the owner.
Yeah.
We certainly want the best for everybody.
Yeah.
And we're approachable, we're not these nasty witches that...
Well, I looked on your Facebook page. You've got there's a lot of people that have a lot of great things to say about what you guys are doing. So I was definitely interested in making sure that you guys had an opportunity to come on here. And it is a talking point at the moment, housing affordability, being able to get a rental here. Why should people live in Rockingham, do you think?
Oh, it's like living on holidays 7 days a week.
Love it.
I mean, I have the privilege of being able to drive along all of the beaches from Safety Bay through to Rockingham every morning and afternoon. And every day I think, wow, people pay money to go on holidays to places like this, and we have it at our doorstep.
Yeah, and I think Rockingham's only building its profile more and more, but I want it to stop a little bit, because I love where we live. We don't need to be a huge city. We actually have the most pristine beaches around here. We have the ability that it's not over commercialised along the foreshore. We still have massive parks that you can take your family to and things like that. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Rockingham. I don't see me leaving either.
And one of the perks is that even though we're growing, it's still got that really small sense of community where everybody's interlinked, we care about each other.
Yeah, and
everybody knows Roxeanne.
Yeah. Do they, Rox? Everyone?
I don't think so.
Well, you knew my last guest, Laurie.
I do. Yes, I know Laurie through the fishing club.
Do you? Because he knew so much about Rockingham I did not know. He was amazing. A wealth of knowledge.
He really is. He's great.
And a community-minded man. He just wants to see, Rockingham grow into this amazing place, which it already is, but build on what we've already got culturally as well, which I really enjoy as well.
And he does a lot to support community activities. So he's been running kids fishing clinics in the school holidays at the fishing club, obviously not these school holidays.
Yep.
But he does a lot for the community that people don't realise.
Home to Home Realty, how do they get involved with the community? What plans do you have for the rest of the year?
Yeah, interesting. We've supported programs that unfortunately one of them's not running anymore, which was Camp Coolin, which supported kids that were affected by, challenges at home.
Yes.
And sent them away down to the wheat belt. We've sponsored kids to attend there for a while, but unfortunately our Camp Coolin program is actually closed after 5 years. We are looking at the upcoming community event that's been happening in October. We have an office in Mount Pleasant, so we also do Brentwood Village Town Team community activities there. We're looking at a Christmas market that we're supporting.
Oh, wow. That's so good to hear, because it's businesses like yours that actually grow communities, developing partnerships and things like that are so important. And you guys obviously know a wide range of the community, because you're putting people in houses around here, aren't you?
We sure are.
Yep. Well, that is so good to hear. I think that maybe you guys should come in regularly and give us an update about what is happening in the housing market. Let us know what's for sale, what's for rent, things like that. That's important information to our community, and I'd love to see you ladies back.
Love to.
Yeah, no, I'd be more than happy. And it's important for people to know that we're approachable as well, that they're welcome to call, to email, to pop into our office.
And how do people do that? So
we are on Robinson Road, just opposite Isaac's Coffee Shop. Our office number is 9591 3328. I'm not very good at memorising numbers. So.
Me either. I've just started like a little job with Street Hustle, just 2 days a week in the office, and someone asked me the phone number and I was like, no, I don't know, but I will learn it.
Our property managers all have an individual mobile.
Okay.
So when you become a tenant or an owner at home to home, you have access to your property manager directly.
Wow.
Only during working hours because I don't want the girls to burn out.
Yep.
But yeah, one of the things was communication and being accessible, and that's how we did it.
Donna, you have quite a big team, don't you?
There's 9 of us.
9 of you. Yeah. Wow. So all girls?
No, we've got 2 token gentlemen in our office.
Yep. Power to them.
They know to supply us with sweets.
Yes, yeah. Well, that's a good thing. That's a good, and coffee just across the road. You guys are set. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming in and joining me. As I said, I'd love to have you back. Great to see that you're so involved with the community and things like that. And I think we're going to see big things from you guys more in the future.
You're welcome. Thanks.
Thank you for having us.
So, isn't she lovely? Well, by Stevie Wonder. I think they're talking to me.